Hello everyone. Hi, this is Alokojha. Welcome to StudyIQ IAS English. Many of you might be starting your preparation for civil services and are in a state of confusion that how much time should I dedicate for the NCERT? Apart from the NCERT, specifically the core subjects and their NCERT such as history, geography, polity, economy and environment should be completed within how many days? Should I read the NCERT and the reference books in conjunction? So there's a lot of confusion within the mind of an aspirant. So in today's short video of 12 to 15 minutes, I'll be telling you a small strategy. And that strategy, it will help you out specifically in covering the basic NCERTs within a span of 100 to 120 days. I repeat, 100 to 120 days. So it's just a short video of 12 to 15 minutes. Stick in the video till the end, so that you can understand how much time should be dedicated to a particular NCERT. So in this video, I have tried to explain what approach should be followed for the history NCERT, what approach should be followed for the NCERT of geography, how many days should be dedicated for the NCERT of polity and ICSE board book of ICSE board book of environment. Okay. Now, first thing that we need to understand one thing, and that is, whenever we are initiating the preparation of civil services, hard work is important. There's no other option for the hard work. But apart from hard work, another important thing is strategy. Correct? Like every year, lakhs of aspirants aspire to become an IAS or an IPS officer. Approximately 4 to 5 lakh aspirants, they aspire to become an IAS or an IPS officer on annual basis. Approximately 2.5 to 3 lakh appear in the prelims exam. 10 to 15,000 qualify the prelims exam. 3,000 qualify the mains exam. 2,500 to 3,000, they qualify the mains exam. And finally, 800 to 1,000 make into the final list. So those aspirants, those who have made into the final list, what was a different thing that they adopted? Most important aspect that we need to realize is, apart from hard work, strategy is also very important. And specifically those aspirants, those who are aspiring for 2027 and 2028. So there's no alternate for the hard work, but hard work should be in the proper direction. That is strategy. And second important thing that you need to understand when we initiate the preparation of civil services is consistency. Consistency, my friends, plays a very crucial role in your preparation. Okay, I'll give you a very simple example. During the initial days, many of the students might have heard about from your friends, from your peer circle, that whenever you're preparing for civil services, you have to live life of an ascetic. You have to completely renounce everything. You have to cut down your social media. Correct? All these kind of things you might have heard about from your friends, parents, relatives, everyone. Correct? Now you start studying for 10 to 12 hours on daily basis, and you have made a target that you will study from Monday to Saturday for 10 hours on daily basis. That accumulates to 60 hours on weekly basis. True? On Monday you study for 10 hours. On Tuesday you're not feeling like studying, but still you sit for the studies because you have promised yourself. Wednesday you skip the study, Thursdays you skip the study, Friday you skip the study, again 4 to 5 hours you cover on Saturday. So you have made a target of 60 hours for a weekly basis and you just covered approximately 24 to 28 hours. And in the end you will say, civil services is a tough nut to crack. My friends, we need to understand that during the initial days of our preparation, make a short-term target. Make the goals that are easily achievable. Correct? Like for example, make a target of 6 hours study on daily basis. And 6 hours, apart from the classes that you're going through, it's not that tedious task. In this 6 hours of study, you can also include your optional subject as well. Dedicated 2 hours of study for your optional subject. Okay? So now, please remain consistent during your preparation. Initially, make short-term targets. Secondly, many of the students feel that, sir, they ask me a question on Telegram, so we cannot sit consistently for 3 to 4 hours continuously. Okay. Follow one technique, and that technique is referred as Pomodoro technique. What is Pomodoro technique all about? Suppose you have made a target that you are going to study for 6 hours on daily basis. Break that into 1.5 hours, 1.5 hours, 1.5 hours and 1.5 hours accordingly. So that kind of a technique is referred as Pomodoro technique. So do follow this kind of a technique during your preparation. Now, without wasting any more time, let's focus on which NCERTs should be read to create a foundation, to create a basics. Let's begin with my subject, that is history. For history subject, majorly there are 4 to 5 important aspects that needs to be covered. Ancient Indian history, medieval Indian history, modern Indian history, world history, art and culture. Okay? Then, now as a part of history basics, you have to cover 2 important sources. One is NCERT and second part is Tamil Nadu State Board book, because Tamil Nadu State Board book are also very crucial from the exam perspective. So the first NCERT that you need to read is our past, that is specifically ancient. This is 6th standard NCERT. 7th standard our past part 2, that is medieval, 7th standard NCERT. This is new NCERT. Let me make myself clear. This is new NCERT. Then 8th standard NCERT, that is modern Indian history. Then class 11th NCERT is very important, that is themes in world history. And themes in Indian history, class 12th NCERT is also very important from the exam perspective. Now, if you study for 6 hours on daily basis consistently, I repeat, if you study for 6 hours on daily basis consistently, you can easily cover these NCERT within a stipulated time limit. That is, for 6th standard NCERT, dedicate 4 days. Again, for the 7th standard NCERT, dedicate 4 days. 6 days for modern Indian history. 7 days for themes in world history. In world history, you have to focus majorly on the Renaissance part, American Revolution, French Revolution, Industrial Revolution, Russian Revolution, World War I and World War II. Okay? This is not about the reference book. I am speaking just in terms of the NCERT. Then comes specifically themes in Indian history, 7 days. Now coming to Tamil Nadu State Board book. 11th and 12th standard Tamil Nadu State Board book are also very crucial and important from the exam perspective. And things are given in a very simpler format in Tamil Nadu State Board book. So do prefer 11th standard Tamil Nadu State Board book for ancient and medieval that can be easily covered within approximately 30 to 36 hours. Okay, that is within a span of 6 days. Then 12th standard Tamil Nadu State Board book, that is for modern and world history, can again be covered within a span of 8 days. That is approximately around 48 hours. Okay, my friends, this is not just the number of hours that I'm speaking about or number of days that I'm speaking about. Okay, NCERT, whenever you are reading, have 3 approach. In the very first time, even though if you do not understand the NCERT, just go through it. In the very first reading, just go through the NCERT. In the second reading, start highlighting the important points. Please mind my words, start highlighting the keywords, the important points. Many of the aspirants have the habit of painting the entire NCERT right from the very first page to the last page. Please do not do that. Just highlight the keyword, and in the third reading, just note down the keywords that you have written, because already you understand the entire story behind that. Okay, and these number of days are sufficient if you study for 5 to 6 hours on daily basis to cover the history NCERT. Same approach you need to follow for the NCERT of geography. Now, geography you have to dedicate 30 days because geography, again, it's a very vast subject. Okay. Now for geography, read 11th standard NCERT compulsory. That is fundamentals of physical geography. That is, you can cover that within a span of 8 days. And India's physical environment, again, you can cover that within a span of 8 days. A second question that crops up in the mind of an aspirant, sir, whenever we are reading the 11th standard NCERT for geography, precisely fundamentals of physical geography, can we simultaneously read the book, reference book G.C. Leong? That is for climatology, geomorphology and oceanography. In my personal opinion, I would suggest read G.C. Leong afterwards. When you will start adding on to the knowledge, when you will start reading the reference book. During the initial stages, just read the basics from 11th standard NCERT, that is fundamentals of physical geography and India's physical environment. Cover that within a span of 15 to 16 days. Time limit is 6 hours on daily basis. Then also read class 12th NCERT, that is Fundamentals of Human Geography, and that can be covered within a span of 4 days, which covers the vivid aspects of transportation system and so on. Then world geography again is very important, and mapping is very important. True? Like, where are these hill ranges located? Where are these rivers located? These lakes are found at which particular place? Arrange the following rivers from north to south. Arrange the following hill ranges from south to north. Okay. Vegetation, climate type, everywhere, everything. Okay. So please do read 6th, 7th and 8th standard old NCERT for world geography. And if you observe the old NCERT for the world geography, everything has been mentioned in the form of continent, like Africa, Asia, Europe, South America, North America, Antarctica. Okay, so continent-wise things are mentioned, the vegetation, the wildlife, the climate, everything. So prefer these NCERTs for geography. And totally you can cover the geography NCERTs, including your 11th and 12th standard NCERT plus 6th, 7th, 8th standard NCERT within a span of 150 to 180 hours. That is approximately within a span of 30 days. And that too thoroughly. I repeat, that too thoroughly. Then come to environment section. Environment section is again a very crucial part of your prelims plus mains examination. So just for preparing the basics of the environment, prepare the basics of the environment from ICSE board book. So the environmental science book of the ICSE is very important. That is 9th standard ICSE board book and 10th standard ICSE board book. So you can cover that within a span of 50 to 60 hours. That is within a span of 10 days. So dedicate approximately 10 days for your environment section. And please keep on preparing short notes along with the reading the NCERT and the basic books. As discussed previously, in the very first reading, just go through it. In the second reading, highlight the key points, highlight the keywords. And in the third reading, just note down the highlighted keywords because you know the entire story behind that. Okay. For economics, 2 NCERTs are important, microeconomics and macroeconomics, and dedicate approximately 12 days for covering your economics NCERT. Polity. Polity, again, it's a very crucial role. Like many of the students directly start reading the Polity from M. Lakshmikant, again, which is considered as Bible of Polity, a very important book on polity. Apart from this, people also start reading directly D.D. Basu and P.M. Bakshi. In my personal opinion, yes, these books are very crucial and important again. But start your polity with the basic NCERT, and that is 11th standard NCERT, that is Indian Constitution at Work. So, if you study for 5 to 6 hours on daily basis, you can easily cover these NCERT in a thorough manner, thoroughly, just within a span of 90 to 120 days. I repeat, within a span of 90 to 120 days. After covering the NCERT, you can also go for covering the reference book. I would suggest you one more thing. Many of the students have different optional. Some of them have optional as sociology, some of them have anthropology, political science, history, geography, or some literature part. Just make some time more. Like for example, if you're dedicating 5 hours for the NCERT, add 1 hour on daily basis for covering the basics of your optional. So in fact, if you study for 6 hours on daily basis, you can also cover certain basics of your optional. Because even if you give 1 hour on daily basis for reading the basics of your optional, okay, it will accumulate to 100 hours just within a span of 3 months. So those who are aspiring for 2027, they can follow these steps for covering the NCERT. The important NCERTs I have already mentioned. Hope so the points are clear to all of you, my friends. Friends, StudyIQ IAS has come up with 50% off plus double validity on all the courses till 15th of May. Okay. Now, first important aspect, the batches of StudyIQ are available in Hindi. It is available in bilingual, that is Hindi plus English. And the most important one and the most crucial aspect, the batches are available completely in English language. All the subjects would be taught to you completely in English, rather it be history, geography, polity, economy, science and tech, current affairs, ethics, internal security, international organizations and relations. Everything would be taught to you completely in English. Plus, apart from this, there is 1,000+ hours of live classes. Suppose if you have missed the live classes, you can have the access to the recorded classes. There is one-to-one mentorship as well. Example, the preparation of civil services never goes in a linear fashion. It goes like the crest and trough. One has to go through all kind of ups and downs. True? So there would be a mentor who would be guiding you throughout your journey for civil services preparation. He would be guiding you on the basics of answer writing and how to prepare the timetable. So in very simple words, a mentor would be guiding you throughout your journey for civil services preparation. Apart from this, if one qualifies the prelims examination, there would be 100% fee refund on clearing the prelims exam. And one can also become the part of mains residential program of StudyIQ, wherein the aspirants would be called to Delhi and they would be trained at a particular center. They would be specifically staying in a kind of a hostel, or the entire arrangements, that is lodging, stay and teaching, that would be specifically the responsibility of StudyIQ. So there's a complete 50% off plus double validity. Now, what is double validity? Suppose I've purchased a course for 12 months, I can have an access to that course for the next 24 months. That is nothing but double validity. So the offer ends on 15th of May. Use the code Alok Live that is flashing on your screen to get the benefits of these batches. I repeat the code Alok Live. Hope so this video on the NCERTs will help you out. Thank you and have a very, very nice day. Jai Hind, my friends.